Last time we found 4 ways the machine takes your money as a fan and ended with a warning about a 5th, the newest one, the only one where you hand the money over yourself, smiling because you think you might win. This is that one. This is sports betting. In 2024, Americans legally bet $148 billion on sports, and they lost $13.7 billion of it, a record. That's not a number from a casino in the desert, that's from the phone in your pocket during the game you were already watching. 6 years ago, this was illegal almost everywhere. Today, it's woven into the broadcast, the app, and the ad breaks, and it is, by design, the most efficient machine yet built to move money from your wallet to theirs. We're going to show you exactly how the machine works, why you're built to lose, how the leagues became the casino, and who it's really hurting. Start with how fast this happened, because the speed is the story. For most of American history, betting on sports was illegal in almost every state. Then, in 2018, the Supreme Court struck down the federal ban. What followed was one of the fastest rollouts of a consumer product in modern history. Today, 38 states allow legal sports betting in person and 30 allow it online. In 6 years, an entire country went from you can't to a sportsbook in every pocket, open 24 hours a day. And why did the states say yes so fast? The same reason cities fund stadiums and host World Cups, they were promised money, tax revenue. So state after state legalized, took their cut, and looked away from what they just unleashed. The result is that number again, $148 billion wagered in a single year. To understand where most of that goes, you have to understand one simple, brutal rule. The house always wins, not sometimes, not on average for them, and even for you. Always, over time, mathematically, by design. The sportsbook builds a margin into every single bet so that across millions of wagers, you cannot come out ahead. That margin has a name, the house edge. And on sports betting, it runs around 10%. For every $100 that flows through, about 10 never comes back out. Now, a 10% edge is bad enough, but the industry found something far more profitable, and they have spent billions teaching you to love it. It's called the parlay. A parlay is a bet where you stack multiple outcomes together, and they all have to hit for you to win. The payouts look enormous. Turn $10 into $500, that's the bait. Here's the hook. Every leg you add multiplies the house's edge against you. The math is stunning. On a single bet, the sportsbook's edge is around 4.5%. Add legs, and it compounds. By the time you build a 5-leg parlay, the house's edge has ballooned to nearly 21%. You didn't increase your chance to win big. You quadrupled their cut of your money. And the data proves they know it. In Illinois, sportsbooks kept 18% of every dollar bet on parlays versus under 5% on simple single bets. In New Jersey, parlays were just 32% of the money wagered, but they generated 65% of the revenue. Read that again, a third of the bets producing 2/3 of the profit. The parlay isn't a fun option on the menu, it is the business. Which is why the entire app is engineered to push you toward it. Click 2 bets, and the app instantly offers to combine them into a parlay. What one report called a frictionless invitation to give the house an even bigger edge. The same game parlay gets the celebrity ads, the boosts, the confetti. They are not selling you a chance to win. They are decorating the fastest way to lose, and the way they get you in the door is the cleverest trap of all, the free bet. Bet $100, get $200 free. It sounds like a gift. It isn't. That bonus comes with a rollover requirement. Before you can withdraw a cent of it, you have to wager it over and over. A $100 bonus with a 5 times requirement means you must place $500 in bets first. They force you onto minimum odds so you can't play it safe, and the bonus expires in a week or two if you don't churn it through. The free money is just a leash designed to turn one deposit into hundreds of dollars of wagers, each one carrying that house edge. And if, despite all of that, you actually start winning, they stop you. This is the part almost no one talks about. Sportsbooks quietly limit and restrict bettors who win. Get good, get profitable, and your maximum bet gets cut to a few dollars, or your account gets frozen. Think about what that means. A casino that takes your money when you lose, but refuses your action the moment you win, is not a game of chance. It's a machine with only one possible long-term outcome. They keep the losers and exile the winners. It is, by structure, a business that cannot lose, taking money from millions of people who mathematically can't win. This is the engine behind that $13.7 billion in losses. It's not bad luck spread across the country. It's a designed outcome, a 10% edge multiplied by the parlay, protected by banning anyone who beats it. The house didn't get lucky. The house built the casino. So who profits when you lose? The sportsbooks, obviously. But here's the twist that ties this whole series together. The leagues themselves, the same teams and owners we've been following, are now in business with the house. For decades, professional sports leagues claimed gambling was a threat to the integrity of the game. Then it became legal, and the money was too big to resist. Today, the NFL makes around $132 million a year from gambling sponsorships, plus an estimated $260 million more from its deals with FanDuel and DraftKings. NBA sponsorship revenue climbed to $1.4 billion a season, driven heavily by gambling money. And that money changed the product itself. The odds are now read to you during the broadcast. The betting lines flash on screen between plays. The studio show has a betting segment. The game you turn on to enjoy has been quietly redesigned into a sales floor, and every graphic nudging you to bet was paid for by a company that profits when you lose. The owner in the luxury suite doesn't just keep your ticket money, your cable fee, and your tax dollars. Now he gets a cut of your gambling losses too, and he convinced you it makes the game more exciting. But the real price of this isn't measured in billions, it's measured in people. Because a machine this efficient, aimed at this many people, breaks lives, and it's breaking them along a very specific line. Young men. 10% of men between 18 and 30 now show signs of problem gambling, more than 3 times the rate of the general population. They're the target, less risk-averse, glued to the games, and one tap away from a bet at any hour. And the damage is showing up everywhere researchers look. In Massachusetts, the number of people in their 20s and 30s referred for gambling treatment more than doubled in the first year after the state legalized it. Nationally, 1 in 4 sports bettors say they have missed a bill payment because of their wagers. Study after study links legal sports betting to rising debt, falling savings, higher bankruptcy rates, and more binge drinking among young men. Behind that $13.7 billion are real households, savings accounts drained during a Sunday afternoon, paychecks gone before they cleared, families who found out too late. The app made it feel like a game. The losses are not a game. So here is the verdict. This is the 5th and final way the machine reaches your wallet, and it's the most dangerous because it doesn't feel like a tax or a fee. It feels like fun. It feels like maybe this time. They turned the games you love into a casino, engineered it so you cannot win, banned you if you do, and took a cut for the leagues on the way out. $13.7 billion in 1 year, from people who were just trying to make the game more exciting. This channel breaks down the economics behind the biggest deals in sport, and this was Chapter 3. The players sacrifice, the fans pay 5 different ways, the owners keep all of it. So here's the last question of this story. If every part of this machine is designed to take from you and protect them, who is supposed to stop it? Next time, the referees of the whole system, the leagues, the regulators, and the politicians, and why every one of them had a reason to look the other way. $148 billion wagered, $13.7 billion lost, the house built so you can't win. That's not a bet, that's the business of sports.